Everyone is saying the same thing. Dating sucks. Between ghosting, catfishing, horrid dating apps, situationships and narcissists, it's become difficult to justify the effort needed to put yourself out there and find the one. But does it have to be that way? Why is it that some people seem to enjoy dating? Why is it that some people don't hate using dating apps? Why is it that some people find their life partner without all the trauma? Today, we discuss the trials and tribulations of modern dating. Hi, I'm Louis, the fifth Jonas brother, and more importantly, a modern guru on love and dating. You seen The Love Guru? That was actually me. Did you know dating comes from the word date? I bet you didn't. This is just one of the many pearls of wisdom I have inside my f***ed up head. In all seriousness, I think this is a topic and a point of discussion that a lot of people could benefit from thinking about and talking about a little bit more deeply. I rarely hear anyone ever say that they enjoy dating, and I don't think it has to be that way, nor do I want it to be that way. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your little blankie. Let's sit down and discuss, hey? We're going to talk about some of the biggest problems with modern dating, followed by 5 tips and tricks to hopefully counteract some of these problems we discuss. So strap in, lube up, and open wide. I'm coming in hot. Firstly, we need to discuss why dating matters. Now, I'm talking about dating here in the sense of trying to find a long-term, if not life partner. If you're just interested in casual hookups and more situationship stuff right now, look, it's probably going to be less relevant to what we're discussing later on, but I still think worth considering. Dating matters because we're essentially putting the work towards what is the single most important decision we're going to make in our life. Whether we want to admit it or not, assuming we want a monogamous partner and one partner for the rest of our life, which I think most of us do, there is no single bigger decision you're going to make than the person you end up with, for better or worse. There is nothing more determinant of the type of life you're going to lead than the partner you choose to spend that life with. Your financial habits, what TV shows you watch, what type of food you eat in the morning, what time do you wake up, how often do you exercise, who do you hang out with, what kind of music do you listen to, how do you dress, how do you feel on a day-to-day basis?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
The answer is you mother.
All of these things are going to be determined by the person you end up with. You often become about 50% of the person you date, just by the nature of sharing habits and spaces and being more like them. So whether you like it or not, you have to care about this. Now, if you're at the point where you're just like, I'm not going to have a partner for the rest of my life, fair enough, you do you, king, but I just think a lot of people downplay the importance of dating and don't put much effort into it when it's like one of the most important things that you're ever going to do. However much time you put into picking your career or work, or deciding where you're going to live and all these things, you should be putting triple effort into dating and finding this person for you. You can always change jobs, you can always move city, you can always cut your hair differently. It's a lot easier to change friends and do this sort of thing, but often it's really hard to change life partner without serious ramifications. So I want you to go in with the right intentions and come out with the right outcome. And I hope this video helps with that. So what's the problem with modern dating? Why can't we all just go and pick out the perfect partner like we go to the pound and pick out a perfect dog? Well, unsurprisingly to many people, it has a lot to do with dating apps. While dating apps have created some amazing things and taken a lot of the social anxiety and harassment out of some aspects of dating that were in the past, there is also some terrible things. In 2025, it was estimated that somewhere between 40 to 50% of all couples are now meeting online and through dating apps, and that a lot of successful engagements, something like 50% of them now happen as a result of meeting on online dating apps. Fun fact, that's actually where I met my current partner, Jill Biden. We met on Raya. She's pretty hot. Pretty fun, very happy. Anyway, let's talk about some of the problems. Number 1, the paradox of choice or choice overload. Dating apps provide a seemingly endless stream of potential matches, which can lead to decision fatigue or this idea of the grass is always greener. This means that people are often far less satisfied with the choices they're making, fearing that there's someone better just one swipe away. You've just met someone great, but who knows, in a few swipes there might be someone who's them, but just a bit taller, just a bit funnier, or just a bit hotter, or dresses a bit better, or someone without those forehead tattoos. All right, ladies? Just kidding, forehead tattoos are really good. It's a good sign. My biggest tip is forehead tattoos are good. If you see them, you've already won. Good stuff. Number 2, superficiality and emphasis on looks. Dating apps focus heavily on the physical looks of someone and the superficial traits of someone when presenting dating profiles. People are often making split-second decisions about whether they like someone and whether they want to go on a date with someone based off 6 photos, and that's it. This promotes shallow judgments, often at the expense of personality, humor, and values, which is ultimately ultimately far more important than the way someone looks. It's really difficult these days to show off your 10 out of 10 personality, your witty sense of humor, your cool Yu-Gi-Oh collection. Also, quick note, if you're a man, stop putting up fishing photos on your profile. This is a separate thing, but it's just on my mind. No woman wants to see fishing photos. You're welcome. Number 3, ghosting and poor communication. Because of dating apps, it's very easy to disappear. It's very easy just to stop talking to someone. There is no social consequence because there's all these endless people you don't know. And if you treat one badly, whatever, there's more fish in the sea, right? Ghosting is quite emotionally impactful for a lot of people. It leaves them feeling confused and anxious about what the outcome of the date was, what they did wrong, what they could have done better next time. It really signifies what has been a rapid decline in respectful communication and basic values and manners. There are only so many times that someone is willing to get burnt before they just give up, or more commonly before they get burnt enough where they just start burning other people. There's a classic quote, hurt people, which I think was something Osama bin Laden said. It's really beautiful. Beautiful quote. What a nice guy. Number 4, performative or gamified behavior. Many people now are treating dating apps like a bit of a gambling or like a video game where the more matches they can get, the better they feel about themselves. They're like collecting people for the sake of proving how attractive and worthy they are. Like Pokemon. You don't date your Pokemon. At least not last time I checked. This is resulting in people not actually dating for the purpose of seeking true connection. It's often leading to inauthentic behavior. We're seeing these very perfect profiles that are filled by these often terrible people. They get a lot of matches, they go on a lot of dates, but like, who cares? They suck. I can't tell you how many people I know have gone through the issue of what they call the 3-month problem, which is where you go on dates with someone, they seem amazing, they're perfect, oh my God, they're so charming, they're so amazing, they're so hot. I can't wait for them to meet all my friends. And then 3 months into seeing them or committing towards a relationship, suddenly the real version of them comes out because they can no longer keep up this facade. It's become too tiring. And this actually non-charismatic, kind of lazy, kind of annoying, rude, mean person comes out, and then the person's left being like, what happened to this person I went on all these dates on? They've just like disappeared and they kind of conned me into dating them. Just be yourself. For better or worse, it's going to be better in the long run for either you not having to play a character and the other person not thinking you're someone you're not. Number 5, fear of vulnerability and commitment. With so many options, the rise of hookup culture, it's become really difficult for people to feel sure about committing and being vulnerable and being sincere with someone. You're putting yourself in a very vulnerable situation to be hurt. When you truly open up to someone, you show feelings for them, you show interest in them, it can really hurt if the other person is just like, nah, don't care. So many times people talk about now where they're dating someone and they don't know if they're seeing other people. Is this serious for them? Is it casual? Are they just hooking up? Do they want a long-term relationship? Is this a rebound? Or no one knows what the hell's going on. So what can we do about all these problems? How can we pull a 10 out of 10 baddie while not contributing and adding to the suffering and pain in the world? Great questions. Good goddamn questions. I've come up with 5 tips. Don't share them with anyone. Please don't share them with anyone. You need them the most. What the f am I talking about? Tip number 1, be honest with your intentions, be honest with your feelings. If you're only interested in something casual, tell them. If you're looking for something serious, tell them. If you don't know what you want, tell them. If you have a busy few weeks coming up and you're not going to be able to message much and you won't be able to date, tell them. If you've gone on a few dates and you're not feeling it and you don't want to see them again, tell them. If you're seeing multiple people at the same time, tell them. If you were responsible for the assassination of John F. Kennedy Jr. in 1963, tell them. If both parties communicate openly and know what the expectations are up front, it's actually very hard for anyone to get hurt. Because no one is feeling deceived, no one's doing things they don't want to do, no one's going in with false pretenses. If you're just open and tell them, no matter what that is, and saying, look, I just want a casual hookup, or I want to marry you. You can say all these things, as long as the other person has access to the information that's in your brain, no one can really get hurt. Don't leave people in the dark. Tip number 2, stop dating for superficial traits. I'm not saying that attractiveness and the way someone looks or present themselves doesn't matter. Of course it's important, but it's not as important as people think, or at least when you first meet someone, as it appears to be. Anyone who's been in a relationship for more than 1 year will be able to tell you very openly and very honestly that the way someone looks starts to matter significantly less, and the character, personality, and values that someone has and their habits start to matter way more. Start to focus less on the way someone looks, what type of body they they have, how tall they are, how they do their hair, how they dress. Not saying they're not important, but start to focus more on the type of character they have, who they are, what habits they have, what behavior do they exhibit, what values does this person have? Are they able to communicate openly? Are they kind? Are they willing to make sacrifices for people around them? Do they have healthy relationship with their friends and family? Do they have good habits? Are they organized? Do their actions match the words that they say? Do they demonstrate traits of empathy and kindness? Do they show an interest in you and your hobbies and what you've got to say? Do they live in a pineapple under the sea? Think deeply about this person. If it was someone that your best friend was dating or a sibling and they brought them home, what would you honestly say about them? When you put the looks and the superficial way this person presents themselves aside, what would you actually say about them? What advice would you give to a friend honestly about this person? Also, a quick little side tip, people don't really change, and so if someone on a date presents behavior and shows you who they are, believe them. Don't date someone for who they could be, date someone for who they are now. Unless their name's Tony Hawk. He's a good guy. You should give him a chance. He's a good guy. Tip number 3, don't treat dates like auditions or job interviews. These are the two ends of the bad date spectrum. You don't want to be the person trying to sell themselves and show how great they are to someone else, but you also don't want to be the other person conducting an interview or an interrogation of someone to figure out every single thing about them and see if they're perfect for you. I'm not saying don't put in effort, and I'm not saying don't ask questions on the date. I'm just saying that you want it to be fun and casual and relaxed. Imagine it's more like you're testing if this person could become your best friend. For example, if you're becoming friends with someone, I seriously doubt you're going to ask them how much money they make. And vice versa, if you're becoming friends with someone, I seriously doubt you're going to pretend and make up this entire personality, show how great you are, and no, I am really funny and I am really smart and I do go and do lots of things. You want to make it fun and casual, so even if it doesn't work out, hey, look, you still went to a nice bar, you still went rock climbing, you still robbed that homeless man, you still had a nice walk, you saw a cool show, blew up that building, did some cool stuff, it wasn't a waste of a night, you know? Tip number 4, don't use dating as a sign of self-validation. Don't date to validate. Bad, bad, bad. If you're dating to make yourself feel good, to prove you're worthy, to fill a hole you have, to show other people how attractive you are, stop. Start to work on yourself. Start to build your own self-love, so when you go to these dates, you're not feeling like you have to prove something to the other person. You're pretty self-content. You're happy with who you are. You're kicking goals. You don't need this other person to come into your life to be the only good thing there. In fact, you should only start dating someone and consider dating them more if you think they're going to be a positive addition to your already pretty successful and happy life, right? Dating and finding an awesome partner is like a reward for all the work you've done on yourself. Every single person says they want to date someone who's fit, who's healthy, who's fun, who's ambitious, who's confident, who's successful, who's outgoing, who's educated, who's open-minded, who's kind. But here's the question. Are you those things? Are you healthy? Are you fit? Are you in good shape? Do you dress well? Are you outgoing? Are you confident? Because if you're not, why would someone who is those things settle for you?
If you want love, lower your expectations a few, because Prince Charming would never settle for you. If you want love.
You silly goose. You uncultured swine. Get out of here. Now you're doing well. Good stuff. Finally, the last tip. Tip number 5. Don't overdate. I think aiming for like one date every 2 weeks is a pretty good balance. Maybe one a month. At most, once a week. Particularly if you're dating new people as well. You want to make dating, it's fun, something to look forward to, something you're going to put effort into, and definitely something you don't want to get burnt out by. It shouldn't be the only thing you've got going on in your life. It should be more of a fun addition and extra to what is already a pretty spicy and fun and filled calendar. You want to make it a bit more quality over quantity. Go on dates with people you can already see there's some level of compatibility or connection, even if that means you're going to go on far less dates. You want it to be something you look forward to. You're not like, oh my God, I've got to go on a date tonight. It's like, oh my God, I get to go on a date tonight. I'm so excited. You really don't want to make dating the only thing that's going on in your life. You can still make the MBA. 26 isn't too late, my guy. You still got this. So get working on that MBA career and date on the side, hey? That's all the tips I have. Subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts down below. What's helped you in dating? What's been the worst dating experience you've ever had? Comment, let's have a discussion down below. Get out of here, go find love, watch the outro because it's good for retention. Like, subscribe. Once again, I'm Louis. Bye, see you next video. Bye.